On the show tomorrow, we have actor Paul Rudd from Cider House Rules. What kind of holiday gifts are we doing tomorrow?
Gifts to bring to a party.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, so here she comes now, the former MTV host, jumped to the big screen and can be seen in a new movie called Diamonds, which is getting a lot of nice talk. Here she is, the funny, the zany, the newly married Jenny McCarthy.
Thank
you.
It's the new Jenny McCarthy, and I mean it. You remember the blonde Jenny McCarthy. Now we have the brunette Jenny McCarthy.
It's all dark.
Yeah. How did this happen? I know it's a dye job, but I mean,
it is. Believe it or not, it's my natural color, though, so it's kind of easy on me now.
Oh.
But I did it for a film that I just finished. The character needed to have black hair, so instead of a wig, I went for it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
How long were you a blonde?
Oh, God, my whole life. I started going brunette in, like, 8th grade, and I threw sun on my hair and turned it orange, so my mom was forced to bleach it from 8th grade on.
Oh, okay.
You gave her no choice.
I gave her no choice, and then 2 months ago, I dyed it black, and it was terrifying.
Well, let's take a look at both now. Here's the two Jenny McCarthys, one blonde, one brunette. It really is. I don't know. You know what? I kind of like you a lot like this.
I like it. I like it. Save money on bleach.
Yeah,
so.
sure. So do you find, well, what's the difference? I mean, do you find as many men's heads turning?
No, which I kind of like. You don't get the construction worker cackle calls, which is blonde for some reason is more, I don't know, striking or something, where people's heads turn more.
Yeah, they do.
And I kind of like this. I mean, people don't recognize me as much.
So in a way, that's nice or not so nice?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You know, people say, someone came up to me and said, "You look familiar." 90210? No, friends Courtney Cox, yes.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit.
much
Yeah,
so.
that's what I said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you had an exciting time on this movie, huh?
I did. I met the man of my dreams.
Yeah, she didn't just come home with a paycheck. She came home.
I love the way you handled it. Here was this young director there, good-looking young guy, John Asher.
John Asher.
And all of a sudden you saw him.
He walked in the room, and this was on set in Reno, shooting Diamonds, and I shook his hand, and I looked into his eyes, and something happened. And I was not a believer in love at first sight. Just said, forget it, just settle and worry about my career. And oh, I was so filled with love. And on the second day of shooting, I walked up to him and I said, "I'm in love with you, and I'm going to marry you." If you can possibly believe that.
Now,
What was his reaction
yeah, exactly.
to that?
What did he say?
He was feeling the same thing, and if I wasn't feeling that back, I wouldn't have been, you know, such an idiot to go up to a person and say that.
So aggressive. So forward.
So not like me, Regis.
I just think she got your job here. But anyway, so you said to him you're going to marry, but you want to know something? That's what you got to do. You got to tell people what you're going to do with it, and then it puts it in their head.
I couldn't let it just not happen. I had to let him know that he was the one, and we were engaged a month later.
How did that affect your performance that day? I mean, once you've said that to your director.
It was hard.
And it took a lot of courage in lots of ways, but I mean, you had probably had like months or weeks at least of work to do ahead of time.
It was tough. But when I watch the movie now, I look into my eyes, and all you can see is love. I mean,
But don't you play a hooker?
Yes, but
What's love got to do with it?
this is a heightened reality brothel. I mean, Lauren Bacall is the madam, and you'll see that the character is kind of, that you'll see later.
Heightened what? Heightened what?
It's a heightened kind of reality. I mean, it's not an actual brothel that you would typically see. I don't know. But, you know, it's a movie, and the character is sweet, so it's not necessarily played
You
like
had
that.
some real old pros working there. Lauren Bacall, Kirk Douglas.
Yes, it was. It was the most amazing experience of my life. I mean, life-changing.
Well,
Obviously, in many ways.
We have a clip here, and as I understand it, in this particular scene, you are opening up to a young boy.
Yes, it's
What does that mean, opening up to?
It means
This is what they're telling me.
trying to put him at ease.
Kirk Douglas, Dan Aykroyd, and Corbin Allred are 3 generations that basically go to Reno to look for diamonds. They can't find them, so they go to a brothel for some fun. I can't wait to see the scene between Lauren Bacall and Kirk Douglas in the brothel. But this is quite adorable. I'm talking with the young boy about my first love.
Here we go. Here's Diamonds.
When I was your age, life was so confusing. My one regret is not saying goodbye to this boy down the street. Tony. I loved him. I know he loved me.
Whoa.
What? I wish
Well, this is morning time, so
Yeah.
we had to...
Oh.
It's quite cute, though. You really should see this movie.
This is the one Kirk fought for to change the rating.
Right.
He was so incensed that it was given an R and he had to be
He
changed
did.
to a PG, and then they did it.
And he won. And it is...
He's Kirk. Do it, Regis.
I love being on the set with the two of them. Kirk Douglas! And she says, and I'm Lauren Bacall.
To watch them together, they
Yeah, it must
have
be
moments that
awesome.
will be so memorable in movie history.
Well, look, you're all set. You got a new movie coming out, a brand new husband. I mean, going into the next century.
I'm happy.
You're in good shape, and you're a new brunette, too. Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with a hot holiday wish list for kids in a moment.
Still ahead on Live. Tip